Tambov in southern Russia, and a monument to the fallen of the Second World War, what's known here as the Great Patriotic War. But Vladimir Putin denies there are any Russian soldiers in Ukraine, that his military is involved in that conflict at all. The deaths of 3 young servicemen tell a different story. Anton Savelyev was from Tambov, home of the elite 16th Brigade Spetsnaz. He died on the 5th of May. He was about to turn 21. Russian bloggers connected Anton to 2 other soldiers who died on the same day. They appeared to be from the same unit. Their friends said they died performing their military duty, but there were no public reports about their deaths. At Anton's grave we found wreaths from comrades and the command of the unit on the tricolour of the Russian flag. The writing on the wreath reads, "To the Defender of the Fatherland from the Ministry of Defence of the Russian Federation." So if we go through the potentially plausible innocent explanations, the first is that this man died doing his legitimate duty somewhere that was not Ukraine, in which case, why was there no reporting of it in the Russian media? The second is that he was no longer a serving soldier at the time of his death, but in which case, why is the Russian Ministry of Defence sending flowers to his funeral? This lady knows the family. She asked us not to show her face. She said it's meant to be a secret, but everyone knows he died in Ukraine.
They were sent to Rostov and in Ukraine. In Ukraine, everything is done quietly. We don't know where exactly, but somewhere there. It's Ukraine's fault that he died, of course. It's a shame that we die for not our motherland.
Anton had posted this photo of himself at the 16th Brigade Memorial. But when we asked at the base, they denied they'd heard of him or any of the 3. We flew to Ufa in central Russia, and then by road to the Republic of Tatarstan, the home of Timur Mamyusupov. Social media posts showed Timur on the right with the Spetsnaz flag, his service medal from Crimea last year, but also with the flag of the separatist Lugansk People's Republic, and in front of a distinctive APC, the same vehicle seen here and known to be used by the rebels in East Ukraine. In Timur's village, we found everyone knew him. They said he was a Russian soldier who died as a hero. His grave is strikingly similar to Anton's, the same date of death, the same wreath from the Ministry of Defence and the unit command. We travelled with Ruslan Leviev. He's coordinating social media research into these graves, despite receiving death threats himself.
The longer this war goes on, the more people die. That's why we are doing our best to stop this war and show people there are no fascism in Ukraine, that those in power are lying even to their soldiers. They abandoned them, those who were captured and died.
Timur's mother told us she got a notice from the military that he died in the North Caucasus. But there are no reports of Russian military casualties around this date. She's certain he was still a serving soldier.
I told him that if you get sent to Ukraine, let me know. He said, "Mum, if they send me to Ukraine, I will go. I won't refuse, but I will warn you about it."
We drove east into the Ural Mountains and towards the border with Kazakhstan. By the side of the road, we met up with a man who'd read Ruslan's original blog and decided to investigate the death of the man from his region, Ivan Kardapolov. He asked us to conceal his identity. Ivan was pictured with Timur close to the Ukrainian border and with the same white markings the rebels are using to identify themselves. We found the same date, May the 5th, and the same wreaths on his grave. Federal security officers were reportedly at the funeral.
When the body came to the funeral, there was a lot of FSB officers. The comrades of Ivan, they came with the parade uniform to pay the last respect to the Ivan, and the KGB officers asked them to take this uniform away. And the comrades told that they will not do it, and they pay the last respect to Ivan with the full parade, with the parade uniform.
The three men each came from poor rural villages, far from the centre of power, from families without the resources to challenge the authorities or kick up a fuss. The family doesn't want to speak about it on camera, but they've told us they got a notice from the military that he died in the North Caucasus. But other people in the village are telling us they've heard he died in East Ukraine.
Сказали его племяннице, что был на Украине, типа там погиб. Пришла только похоронка, что сам военком приезжал, сказал, месяц похоронка, вот и все.
А он в армии служил, вы не знаете?
Нет, по контракту пошел.
По контракту? Да. По контракту пошел. А вы были на похоронах?
Было.
А там были военные?
Были.
Было? Много?
Десантники были, пластовские.
Вы думаете, он из десанта?
Нет, десантники были.
А он где служил, вы не знаете? А он спецназовец был?
Он в армии служил. Он как герой погиб.
A number of people told us these men died heroically. But if they did, serving their country and not in Ukraine, why is their government silent about their deaths? We put these questions to Russia's Ministry of Defence, but have yet to receive a response. President Putin has since declared the deaths of Russian soldiers during so-called special operations a state secret, though no such operations have yet been announced. Katie Stallard, Sky News, Central Russia.